This is the January 10th meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. It's being held by Zoom webinar. Information for those in attendance or participating. Your image, phone number, or voice may be recorded for the record. We'll introduce, there's no one to listen, but we'll introduce ourselves. Just raise your hand or say here. Susanna,
Here.
Denny,
Yeah,
Virginia,
Here.
and I'm Lynn Ryan, and we have Leanne Leahy as the clerk for what is your title?
Administrative assistance to inspectors and land use boards.
Gesundheit. Okay, we have no hearings this evening. We do have minutes. You were here for the minutes, were you not, Jenny?
Yes, she was there last month. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to approve them. I saw one minor thing. I don't have them right at my, there was a spelling in there someplace. I'll tell you about it afterwards.
Okay.
And we can correct it. I'll send you an email.
Okay.
With the correction, one spelling correction. Is there someone would like to make a motion to accept the minutes for December the zoning board?
13th.
So moved.
Is there a
second.
second? Okay, I'll do roll call. Jenny,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
Susanna,
Aye.
you're gonna vote
Well,
president, right?
yeah.
Or abstain
Yeah,
or
because I wasn't
whatever.
there, right? So,
And
yes.
I'm an ice. So we have minutes. We don't have any warrants or anything you need to tell us about, do we, Denny?
No.
Okay. Communications received. I don't think we have anything that needs mentioning. Do you, Leanne?
I do not have anything now.
Okay. Do you foresee anything? Is there anything in the works for a potential hearing for us?
No, not that I'm aware of. But the deadline for February is next Wednesday. So there's still another week where something could come in, but I'm not aware of anything.
When you have a couple of minutes, could you put another list out there of deadlines for 2024?
Yep.
Anyone have any unforeseen issues or anything that they'd like to mention to the board?
Yes.
Okay, Denny, go for it.
I got a lot of people coming to me since I'm on this board. Well, different businesses in town that should not be businesses in town. And is it up to us to start the ball to go?
If you're talking about home-based contracting businesses, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And
the zoning enforcement officer is the building commissioner.
Okay.
So he has more work than he needs. So he usually only responds when someone complains. So if they, complain to the building commissioner, then it's up to him to decide what to do about it.
Okay. Most of these people don't want to do that.
I understand what you're saying, but after we reach a decision, we have no enforcement power whatsoever.
Right.
We can't even go to people that we have given a permit for a specific number of years and the years have run out, we can't go and do anything, call them, do anything. It's not up to us. It would be up to the building commissioner to do that. And that's the reason that Jenny's working on a spreadsheet so that we'll have the names of those folks and when their permits expire. So that the building, Leanne could pull up and say, oh, the first half of this year, these permits are all expiring. And then the building inspector could, in fact, have some kind of a postcard that he sends to them or whatever and saying, if you don't apply within a certain period of time, you'll get a cease and desist order.
I have a question.
Yes, Jenny.
If someone were to have concerns and were to send a letter to the commissioner anonymously, would that be acted upon?
I can't speak for the commissioner. Does he have to? I would say it's his purview as to whether a complaint is legitimate if it doesn't have a name attached to it.
He's also commented when he just gets an anonymous one, there's no person for him to contact to get additional information or clarification on anything or what have you. I'm not saying, because I won't speak for him either, that he wouldn't investigate it, but it's harder for him to work with an anonymous letter or anonymous complaint.
But I think what Danny was saying is that these individuals would like to be anonymous, but have complaints. Am I right, Denny?
Yes.
Well,
when
then
I received a complaint, and so I just sent an email to the zoning enforcement officer saying that I had received a complaint about this address with this going on. Could you please look into it? So, and he did. So I guess that's one way of doing it.
Well, my suggestion too would be, if the next time we have the building commissioner on with us, we could ask him if he would keep clandestine the name of anyone if they requested to be anonymous. If you know what I mean. In other words, if someone sent him an email and said they didn't want their name used, would he be willing to do that? Now that would put him in a bit of a bind because technically any communication with it, well, at least written communication with a board or officer of the town is public record. Maybe we could ask if phone calls are. But we could ask him if there's some way that, someone could be anonymous. And I think, Susanna, that's great. The problem is, I don't know, do we want folks, how many people, Denny, do you think you'd have to write notes for?
Oh, at least 4, maybe 5 right now.
But wait a minute now, because back when I had my camper in the backyard, the Board of Health came to me and said they got an anonymous complaint that I was pumping sewage into my pond. So, which I wasn't. It wasn't even hooked up. So
that's up to them. We got an anonymous letter about Curtis at the last hearing. It's really up to us as to whether or not we want to give it validity. You can have the feeling that if it's anonymous, it doesn't count. And that's perfectly legitimate. I felt, and I think the rest of you did, that there were so many complaints that it was just one more. And it was in the same vein as the ones that had come before. So therefore it had some validity beyond being an individual complaint. But they don't have to act on it, but they can.
Well, I think if we had a whole slew of anonymous complaints for one offender, that would be more suspicious than having a whole bunch with different names on it and then one anonymous. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be the same person just writing a bunch of different anonymous letters, making it look like there's a whole bunch of complaints where it's just one
Right.
person. But
Right.
because in the instance on Coburn Road, most people had signed their names to it except for one.
And there was some testimony that there was some concern. And quite honestly, I kind of understood it when Mr. Curtis said something about, well, they don't like the target practice that goes on at his house. And I'm thinking, well, if I knew you had a gun, and were willing to use it in your backyard, I might have a little fear too. But you don't you don't have to give credence to anonymous letters. But I think we were reasonable in that it said the same thing that like 5 other people who gave their names had said. And there was only one of them. Like you say, somebody could make up 7 of them, take out 7 different email addresses and send it in. But that wasn't the case here. How is the snow up there? Has it all melted yet?
Pretty much.
Quite a bit.
No
How
comment.
deep? No comment? Why
No
are you
comment.
swimming?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Susanna, that was quite a video you put on Facebook. And the truck that hit the pole,
Oh, yeah.
62, and I saw yesterday it was replaced.
Yeah, we're still waiting for internet back up at the farm stand. They're still working on it.
Oh, no, Lordy.
what happened, Susanna?
When do we
Um,
want to adjourn?
Oh, yeah, we should
all right.
Yeah, we could.
Entertain a motion.
I move that we adjourn the February meeting.
so moved.
January. You're a month ahead of
January.
yourself, Denny.
Just before
testing
we
it.
vote, is everybody available for next month?
It's on Valentine's Day.
Oh, I'm sure I'll be, hopefully.
All right, so Susanna, you don't have a real hot date or anything, right?
Oh, every day is Valentine's Day around here.
Aw.
Oh, isn't that? Oh, it's still a honeymoon, I know.
Yeah.
It takes a while. Okay,
Okay,
so
who sec-
everybody's available. We have a motion and a second on the
Who
table.
seconded it?
I did.
Okay,
I should have said Susanna. Sorry.
that's okay. I just didn't hear who it was.
I'll take a roll call vote. Jenny,
Aye.
Ginny,
Aye.
Susanna,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. We are adjourned.